Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to see in detail regarding the spermatogenesis. Myself Pranali Gaikwad, lecturer biology department, Arihant Arts Commerce and Science Junior College, Baudhan, Pune. Welcome you all. First we'll see what do you mean by gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is the process of formation of gamete in sexually reproducing animal. Now, as you all know, sexually reproducing animal reproduce by fusion of gamete. The gametes are haploid in nature and they fuse together by process of fertilization to produce a zygote which is diploid in nature. The male gamete is sperm and female gamete is ovum or egg. Gametes are formed from primordial germ cells of gonad. Now, gonads are the primary sex organ, testes in male and ovaries in female. In testes and ovaries respectively there are primordial germ cell presents which further takes part into gamete formation. Gametes are haploid containing only half the number of chromosome found in nuclei of somatic cell. As you all know, there are two types of cell, somatic cell which are also called as body cells and gametic cells, gametes which are haploid in nature. Gametogenesis is of two types, spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Spermatogenesis is the process of formation of sperm in testes of male, while oogenesis is formation of ova in ovaries of female. Let's see in detail spermatogenesis. The process of formation of male gamete, sperm or spermatozoa from germinal epithelial of testes is called as spermatogenesis. Now, the spermatogenesis starts on the onset of puberty. Hypothalamus begins secretion of gonadotrophic releasing hormone, which initiates the increase in the secretion of FSH. FSH is nothing but follicle stimulating hormone, and this follicle stimulating hormone induces spermatogenesis. How does it induce spermatogenesis? Each seminiferous tubule is lined by a single layer of cuboidal epithelial cell which is called as germinal epithelial. Now on this germinal epithelial, follicle stimulating hormone acts and it induces its formation towards the developing stages such as primary spermatocyte, secondary spermatocyte and spermatid, leading to the formation of spermatozoa. The germinal epithelial cells undergo spermatogenesis to produce sperm. Now move towards the process of spermatogenesis. The process of spermatogenesis involves three phases: multiplication phase, growth phase and maturation phase. First we will see what is the meaning and what are the developmental stages occur in multiplication phase. Primordial germ cells which are diploid in nature and these are present in the gonads, that is testes in seminiferous tubules, undergo repeated mitotic division. Here there is mitotic division, hence it is an equational division and the same primordial germ cell gives rise to spermatogonia with same number of chromosome, that is diploid. There is 46 number of chromosome that lines the seminiferous tubule. See, this lining of cells, this lining is of spermatogonium with diploid chromosome number. Each spermatogonium is diploid with 46 number. Some spermatogonia divide from this spermatogonia. Some choose to divide to form additional spermatogonia, while some choose the path of development towards formation of sperm or spermatozoa as they travels towards the lumen of seminiferous tubule and enter the growth phase. Now let's see second phase, that is growth phase. From this structure it is very much clear. Multiplication phase, Spermatogonia. Spermatogonia acts by two ways. First, it goes in growth phase towards the formation of spermatozoa, and second, some cells of some cells from the spermatogonia divide to form additional spermatogonium. Now the cells which choose to grow in size to take part in formation of spermatozoa grow in size. Here again number of chromosome is diploid, that is 46 number of chromosome present. Some spermatogonia stop dividing and grow in size to develop into primary spermatocyte due to accumulation of food. Growth phase is basically due to accumulation of food. These spermatogonia doubles in size to form primary spermatocyte. Next, maturation phase. The primary spermatocyte, see, spermatogonia, this is primary spermatocyte. Now this primary spermatocyte undergoes first phase of meiosis. Meiotic division happens here, leading to formation of two haploid cells. These are the two haploid cells. You can see the number of chromosome half than that of the primary spermatocyte. Then secondary spermatocyte, these are the secondary spermatocyte, again undergo second phase of meiosis. In second phase of meiosis, there is equational division. Hence, the number haploid again, but from two secondary spermatocytes, there is formation of 4 haploid spermatids. Now, these spermatids are non-motile and non-functional. Moving towards the next maturation phase, that is spermiogenesis. What do you mean by spermiogenesis? Transformation of non-motile and non-functional spermatid into functional spermatozoa is called as spermiogenesis. During this process, all these spermatids remains held with each other in Sertoli cells by cytoplasmic bridge. Why they are there in Sertoli cells? The sperm heads remain attached to the Sertoli cells, as Sertoli cells are also called as nerve cells and they give nourishment to the cell. Following changes occur during the spermiogenesis. Length of spermatid increases. From this diagram, it is very much clear that this is the spermatid and this is the sperm. Length of the spermatid increases gradually. Acrosome is formed from the Golgi complex of spermatid. Golgi complex moves towards the anterior portion to form acrosome. It is nothing but the acrosome. Also, nucleus shrinks in size. This is visible in this diagram. Nucleus shrinks in size. Mitochondria become spirally coiled. All the mitochondria moves towards the middle place and accumulates there to form a spiral structure. This spiral structure is also called as Nebenkorn in sperm. Then centrioles are rearranged as primary and distal centriole. Primary centriole enters in egg during the fertilization, while distal centriole takes part in the tail formation of sperm. Hope you all understand the concept of spermiogenesis and spermatogenesis. Will come with another such interesting topic. Till then, take care. Thank you.